Hey friends, imagine it's one of those days where the air feels heavy with possibility, like the sky is holding its breath before a storm. I'm sitting here, notebook open, pen scratching away, with the faint hum of rain tapping the window. There's a candle flickering on the table, casting little shadows that dance across the pages of Atomic Habits. I picked up this book on a whim, expecting another self-help checklist, but instead, it's like James Clear reached out and handed me a map to a version of myself I've been chasing for years. It's not loud or preachy, it's gentle, insistent, like a friend who knows you're capable of more. And part 1? This is where we lay the groundwork, where we dig into why small things aren't just small, they're everything. Atomic Habits, the power of the tiniest moves. Let's start with the title itself, Atomic Habits. When I first saw it, I pictured something explosive, big, bold changes that had flipped my life upside down. But Clear's got a different take. Atomic here isn't about fireworks. It's about the smallest building blocks, like atoms in science. These are the tiny, almost invisible habits that stack up over time to create something massive. It's not about running a marathon tomorrow or writing a bestseller by next week. It's about lacing up your shoes for 5 minutes or scribbling one messy sentence. Small enough to do without blinking, big enough to change your trajectory. I've always been the go big or go home type, swearing I'd overhaul my diet, my work, my whole existence in one dramatic swoop. Spoiler. It never worked. I'd start strong, then crash hard, left with nothing but a fridge full of kale I didn't eat and a pile of guilt. Take last January. I decided I'd become a morning person. Alarm set for 5 a.m., grand plans for yoga and journaling, the works. Day 1, I overslept. Day 2, I stared at my yoga mat like it was a foreign object. By day 3, I was back to scrolling TikTok till midnight. Failure, right? But Clear's like, hold up. You don't need an overhaul, you need a starting point. So I tried his way. One morning, feeling particularly fed up, I set my alarm for just 10 minutes earlier. Not 5 a.m., just 7:50 instead of 8 o'clock. When it went off, I didn't leap into a sun salutation. I just sat up, rubbed my eyes, and breathed. That was it. But the next day, I did it again, and added a stretch. Nothing fancy, just reaching for the ceiling like a sleepy cat. A week in, I was up 20 minutes earlier, sipping tea while the world woke up. It wasn't Instagram worthy, but it was mine. That's what Atomic Habits are. Steps so small you can't trip over them, yet they lead you somewhere real. The 1% better rule. Compounding life's little wins now. Let's zoom in on this gem. The 1% better rule. Clear says if you improve by just 1% every day, those gains pile up like interest in a savings account. He even does the math. Get 1% better daily for a year, and you're 37 times better by the end. 37. But slack off by 1% each day, and you're basically at 0. It's not about the size of the step, it's about the direction and the consistency. This blew my mind because I've always thought progress had to be obvious, like dropping 10 pounds in a month or finishing a project in a weekend. But 1%? That's subtle. Let's break it down. So you want to get stronger. Day 1, you lift a 5-pound weight once. Day 2, you add a tiny bit more effort, maybe 2 reps. By day 30, you're not at 5 pounds anymore. You're building real muscle, bit by bit. Or take writing. I started with 50 words a day, barely a paragraph. If I upped it by 1% daily, I'd be at 67 words by week's end, 90 by month's end, and over 1,600 in a year. That's a novella, From a measly 50 words, I saw this play out with my savings once. A few years back, I was broke and stressed, living paycheck to paycheck. I decided to save $1 a day. Laughable, right? But I stuck with it, tossing $1 into a jar every night. Sometimes I'd add $2 if I skipped a coffee. By year's end, I had $400, not a fortune, but enough for an emergency tire fix when my car broke down. Compare that to my grand. Save $1,000. Plans that always fizzled. And it's clear, small compounds, big flops. Lately, I've been testing this with my sketching hobby. I used to dream of being an artist, but my sketchbook gathered dust. So, I started with 1 line a day, literally a single stroke. Next day, 2 lines, then a shape. Now I'm doodling full pages, and it feels effortless. That 1% shift? It's hope in slow motion, and it's working. Systems over goals. Falling in love with the process, here's where Clear flipped my world. Systems beat goals every time. Goals are the shiny finish line, like lose 20 pounds or run a half marathon. Systems are the gritty, daily how, like eating a veggie with dinner or walking 3 times a week. I've set 1 million goals in my life, pinned them to vision boards, only to watch them fade when the hype wore off. Clear's like, forget the destination for a sec, build the path. This hit home because I've been that goal-obsessed person. Take my Get Fit saga. I decided I wanted abs by summer, hit the gym hard for a week, then burn out and order pizza. But last year, I tried a system instead. Move every day, even if it's just a walk to the mailbox. Some days, I dance in my kitchen to bad 80s music, don't judge. Others, I jog a block. No pressure to be a fitness guru, just a promise to show up. By summer, I didn't have abs, but I felt stronger, lighter, and shockingly, happier. The system carried me, not the goal. Clear says something else that's stuck. Winners and losers have the same goals. Every writer wants a bestseller. Every runner wants a medal. What separates them? Systems. My friend Sarah wanted to eat healthier too. She set the same. Lose 10 pounds. Goal I did. But while I flailed, she started a system. 1 home-cooked meal a day, no exceptions. She chopped veggies while humming, turn it into a ritual. 6 months later, she's glowing, and I'm still debating takeout. Her system went down. I'm trying this now with my chaotic mornings. Goal: be productive. System: lay out my clothes, pack my lunch, set my coffee maker the night before. It's mundane, but it works. I'm out the door without the usual panic. And the mental payoff? Less stress, more calm. It's like Clear's whispering. Trust the process, not the prize. The habit loop, cracking the code of my own chaos. Clear gets nerdy in the best way, with the habit loop, cue, craving, response, reward. It's the rhythm of every habit, good or bad. The cue triggers you, phone pings, the craving kicks in, wanting to know who texted, the response is the action, grabbing it, and the reward seals the deal, that little rush of connection. Once I saw this, I couldn't unsee it. It's everywhere. Take my coffee addiction. Cue, waking up to that groggy haze. Craving, needing a jolt to feel human. Response, stumbling to the kitchen for a brew. Reward, that warm, bitter hug in a mug. Or my doom-scrolling habit. Cue, a quiet moment. Craving, distraction. Response, phone in hand. Reward, a fleeting escape. Clear says you can hijack this loop for good habits by making the cue obvious, the craving irresistible, the response easy, and the reward sweet. Doubt I tested this with drinking water. Boring, I know, but I was dehydrated and tired of it. Q. A bright blue bottle on my desk, staring me down. Craving. I told myself it'd make me feel awake, alive. Response. Sip whenever I saw it, no pressure. Reward, a little. Yes. In my head each time. A month in, I'm chugging water like it's my job, and I feel better, clearer. It's not sexy, but it's proof the loop works. The flip side? Bad habits. I realized my late night snacking was a loop too. Q. Netflix. Craving, comfort. Response. Chips. Reward, salty bliss. I'm still untangling that one, but seeing it laid out helps. Maybe I'll swap chips for tea. Clear's given me the tools, I just need the guts. The valley of disappointment, gritting through the invisible. This part gutted me, the valley of disappointment. It's that slog where you're doing the work, flossing, journaling, whatever, but the payoff's nowhere in sight. Clear says we expect progress to be a straight line, but it's more like a curve, slow, flat, then become exponential. He compares it to ice melting. You heat it from 25 degrees Fahrenheit to 31 degrees Fahrenheit, nothing. Hit 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's liquid. The work's happening, you just can't see it yet. I've lived this valley. 2 years ago, I started a blog, dreaming of thousands of readers. I posted weekly, poured my heart out, crickets. 3 months in, I was ready to quit, drowning in. What's the point? But Clear's voice echoed. Keep going. It's compounding. I stuck with it, tweaking my system, writing daily, even if it was junk. 6 months later, a post got traction. Then another. I'm not viral, but I've got a small crew who care, and that's gold. The valley's real. It's lonely, frustrating, full of doubt, but Clear's right. The breakthrough's on the other side. Right now, I'm in a new valley with guitar practice. I've been strumming for weeks, and my fingers still fumble. I sound like a cat in a blender, and it's tempting to ditch it. But I'm clinging to this bamboo analogy Clear mentions. Growth's underground, unseen, until it shoots up. So, I play one chord a day, wincing and all. Maybe next month, I'll hit a clean note. For now, it's faith over frustration. Why this feels personal. Atomic Habits isn't just theory, it's a mirror. Clear shares his own story, rebuilding after a brutal injury that smashed his dreams. I've got my own scars, losing my job last year, feeling like I'd never climb out. His small step gospel pulled me through. And his identity twist? Decide who you want to be, then prove it with habits. I've started whispering. I'm a reader, even when I only manage a page. It's shaky, but it's shifting me. He's got this grace too. Never miss twice. Last week, I skipped my walk, and that old shame crept in. But I heard him. One sip's fine, just don't make it two. Next day, I walked, rain and all, and felt whole again. It's like he's saying, you're enough, messes and all. What's next? This is just the start. Part 2's coming with Clear's 4 laws, practical tricks to make habits stick. I'll spill more of my experiments. Procrastination's my nemesis, and I'm fighting back.